I haven't done these graphs. I'm sure it's easy, and I'm sure it'll take 2 minutes. But jump in on the microphone while I'm doing this, and let's work together. We are tomorrow. We are solving problems. Okay, so that we're looking at B here, and the distinction between a bar graph and a pie. One is delicious, the other is not. But the distinction is that the bar graph is displaying like either mean or counts, right? So you have counts here of something. Pie graph is showing proportion. So percentage of the total, how much does one treatment or one group represent, right? So we have this data set. So this one is the woody versus non-woody. And there's all kinds of crimes in columns. So like another one that you'll see, and I'll just do it. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry, I'll share my screen. This is so funny. I'm going to do a poll later and ask you how I'm doing in this virtual space and how your experience has been, but I'm not going to do that while I'm sharing the screen because it'll likely blow everything up. But I want feedback, right? I'm giving you feedback. I want you to roast me. I want to be better. I want you guys to be better. And I want everyone to be strong enough to accept things in life. Because guess what? Life sucks sometimes, right? I don't need to tell you that. I don't know what your situation is right now, but it's not what it once was. And humans have convinced themselves that nature, a natural life, is like pleasant. And so here, zoom in on the Blackboard Collaborate. The monitor is set up in a way that this left part of the screen is hard for me to see, so that's why I'm working on the right side. Is that a fundamental issue for everyone? It'll take me just a second to adjust my like computer setup, but if you can zoom in, then I don't care. So just type in the chat like you need to fill the screen, and if I don't hear anything, then I'll just keep going. So we're looking at woody and non-woody. And so I think like what you want to do is you want to have your categories that so we want to have let's just say type, right? And I think for those pie graphs, it's the proportion within woody and non-woody of your dispersal syndromes. So we have 1 through 7, I think, or 1 through 8. And how cool are those syndromes, by the way? I could talk, like, there's so many fun facts, but we have an hour left, and I'm not going to, but there's a lot more to say. And even for Ivana watching this, I want to have a conversation with you because I have a theory. I have a really good theory about the ballistic the ballistic seeding, right? And so apparently there's no adaptations on the seed, right? And same with the ones that have no dispersal mechanism. They just happen to get like trampled and then seeds go everywhere. I'll tell you something, and I know this from cannabis because cannabis projectiles its seeds. It pops out. I wish I'm really good with props, but I'm so unprepared today. I don't have props. Otherwise, I would show you the bloody seed. So there might be an actual adaptation on the seed, right? And guess what it is? Camouflage. Camouflage. The seeds are camouflaged with mosaic patterns of various colors and patterns that correspond to the environment, the soil color where they are. And that's so that a bird doesn't go along and see the damn thing and eat it. There might actually be an adaptation that maybe no one else knows for those syndromes. So that is like, it's crazy. So I wanted to add that to the conversation. Yvonne, I'll talk to you later about it. I hope you watch this and I hope that blows your mind, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. So anyway, let's get to it. We're just going to do Woody for the one set of graphs, and then you can make the non-Woody after. Okay, that sounds fine. So here we're just going to do sim, and we're just going to do 1 through 8. And in the last session, I was telling you, whoops, like setting up your data is everything. Like this is really why like we're having data problems. So 1 through 8, those are syndromes. And then remember, it's the proportion. And please, people who have done the graphs, there weren't too many that were having problems. If I'm doing something wrong or you have a way, this is my first time, jump in, put on your mic. I don't care. Tell me I'm an idiot, and let's just do it. So basically, you want to calculate what percentage of each syndrome is represented, right? And then you make your graph. So how do we know? And so what we have to do is we're likely going to have to sort this. So we're going to go to data. And if there's problems following along, raise your hand or type in the chat or just talk if you're unclear here. So we are likely going to want to sort by, well, first we need to sort by whether it's Woody or not. So we'll do that. And then we need to do the data. I've highlighted the whole data set. We're going to need to sort by dispersal. So that would be syndrome. And then the group tree. See how trees here? Tree and shrub. Anyway, these are all. It's so much fun. Like this, you'll watch this recording later, and you realize how much material is actually embedded into it. I'm unprepared, so it's not as clever as I'd like it to be. I really like to put clever material together with puns. So it looks like we have our non-Woody, and we have some. We've got some grasses, and then our Woody data is probably at the bottom. Okay, so the proportion we're just going to calculate of the number ones of the total, right? So what's their total number here? So you drag the array, and we have 54. So we have 54 possibilities here. So out of those 54, how much of a percentage does this one make? So to calculate that, we're just going to hit the cell. My computer doesn't blow. You hit enter, and what you're going to do is drag. Well, actually, I'm just dragging to get the number of what we have here. So you'll see when you drag, it tells you 21R there, 21 rows. So the number is 21. So when in escape, you're highlighting, and I no longer want that. If I click some cells, it's going to blow up. So when in doubt, escape out. And our number was 24. And I've forgotten what the total number was. So I think it was 50 something, right? Please correct me, guys. So divided by, well, let's see. We start at 174. I don't want to do the count again. So just for this exercise, I can't remember. It was 50 something. Whatever. I'm just going to put 54 because I feel like that's what my brain is telling me. And then you probably need to multiply by 100. So 44% is our percentage for our. Things are lagging like crazy. So 44% of the total Woody. So this is all Woody, and I'll just make that clear here. Is everyone okay? Everyone following along? Just type yes or no. So this is proportion. Yes, great. Thank you, and thank you, everyone. Sorry, it's scattered, and you're gonna have all kinds of problems too, and I'm gonna be just as helpful and understanding. I think I have been, to the best of my ability. And with Anna, that was great, right? We were communicating back and forth, having a good laugh, and we just taught the class a good lesson. So that's how I want you guys to be in life. So we'll do the same thing for 2, and so let's get the actual. Let's actually get that number and write it down of what the total is, just to be a little bit more accurate, and maybe I can change that formula. Let's see how close I was. Holy Moses, 54. I knew it. That's awesome. Okay. I surprise myself sometimes. Okay, so it looks like I have 2 out of 54, so we're gonna. I like to have fun. I like to laugh at myself, and I hope that you find the humor in being a fatally flawed primate, uh, living on a speck of dust, suspended in a sunbeam in an expanding universe, in one dimension that we probably don't know anything about. It's likely a multiverse, but anyway. So 3%, right? So that's small, and with so now I'm being careful. This is non-woody. I want to make sure I'm back in the woody section, and looking at the time. So we'll just do one more here. I'm not going to do the full set for you. Hong Chen, is that okay? Just to give you one more example, and then we'll make one graph, and you can do the rest, and you can watch the recording later. So for there's no 3. So I think maybe that was part of your question as well, which is interesting. So you might want to. Oh, it's already more than enough. Okay, is everyone okay with that? I'll just make the graph from these 2 things then, as long as that's fine. Great, thanks guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Like I said, I just got some terrible news like right before this, and I was running a bit behind, so I was a little bit worried like I was gonna fail you guys. But there's an important like acceptance. Like it just is what it is. So I appreciate that this is going well and that we're working together. So we're gonna make a quick graph, and then we're gonna move on to making flyer fly. Right? I like puns. That's a good one. I like that one a lot. And so I think I even just curious, prove to myself that I'm not completely incompetent. Let's see. There we go. So and later on, I'm gonna in the flyers, I'll tell you how to make this better. Okay. So we did it. I'm proud of you guys. I'm also proud of me. That was the first time I did that, and there we go. Okay. So